What's going on, everybody? Matt Manduke here. What I have for you today is an after unboxing. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around. We're going to get right down into it. This is the Schumacher Max Performance Extreme Heavy Duty Built for Power HD Jump Pack. As you can see, it's fairly complex. It has quite a bit of stuff going on. I'm going to start with the upsides, and the first thing that I want to explain is that I got this thing for Christmas from my mother because I was having problems with needing jumps. The big problem that I was having wasn't that the Optima battery that I'm going to do an after unboxing on was going bad. It was that I was using too much power for my peripherals, charging things. I got this and she let me pick it out. So I got this one because it has 1200 peak amps, but it has 1400 cold cranking amps. And that's a lot of power. That power goes into giving you a 110 house plug, which you can turn on here. Gives you an AC on. I'm going to turn that off. You can do USBs. There's 4 of them, and I forget how it's set up because it's not marked on it. We're going to turn them off. One side is optimized for Apple and the other side for Android. I don't know how that makes a difference because neither case does it put out 3.2 amps, which is what my USB-C can take. And it also has a 12-volt output. Now, the 12-volt output can also be a 12-volt input if you wanted to charge it that way. Then the other side of it, there is a tire pressure gauge where there's a compartment on the back side. This thing comes off. You can hook it up to your tires, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to get it out of there, but it does come out, and it's kind of a bigger pain in the butt to get it back in there. But it does go back in. But you hook this thing up to your tires, and it tells you what your pressure is, and it has a compressor built into it. So if you're a little bit low, you can inflate your tires, which is cool. While we're on the back, you have your cables. And I have to say, I haven't needed a jump since I got this. But this is also where you charge it from with a house plug. You can charge it with 12 volt, but there's no safety. You can overcharge it with 12 volt, but you can't overcharge it with this because there's a safety on this. So that folds in and out. The way I have it set up in the van is I have a cigarette lighter port, a 12 volt port that is hooked up there so that there's a switch in the front because it's a conversion van, it's a conversion van. And it's set up so that whenever the vehicle is running, it's powered. I have an inverter hooked up to it, and it goes right into this. So this plugs up, and while that inverter creates power while I'm driving, that inverter does not create power when I'm not driving. So when I'm not driving, I can use this to do things like charge my laptop, things of that nature. I don't use it very often. I try to keep it as full as possible because it has a 100 psi compressor that I might need to use at some time, and it has the jump start that I might need to use at some time. It also has on the side here a light, which does come off and is posable to some degree. So in a pinch where you need to change a flat at night, that might be very useful. I do have much more useful flashlights. But my overall decision on this thing, it's been very useful since I've got it. I have not needed a jump, which is awesome. My only complaint with the thing is that it takes forever to charge. And yes, I do have it at 98% right now. If I were to use it for the 110 volt, that's probably only about an hour of use, and that doesn't go very far. But I gotta pause this because I gotta take a crap.